All right, so there are a lot of new construction properties coming in Irvine and Rancho Mission Viejo. Those are really the only two major new construction communities that we're seeing here in Orange County. There are a couple spec builders that are building units of 10, 20, 30 properties in North Orange County. We see that in Stanton, Anaheim, a little bit in Fullerton. But if you're looking for a residential area in Orange County for new construction communities, somewhere that you feel safe and confident to raise your family, Irvine's one of them. They're just pretty expensive. And then Rancho Mission Viejo. Also, Rancho Mission Viejo, it's a little bit cheaper than Irvine, but when you add the HOA and the Melrose, it sometimes can be a little bit misleading because sometimes they'll say single family homes for $999, and then your payment is as though you're buying at 1.3 or 1.35 because of taxes, HOA, Melrose, everything considered. Easy for me to say. But if you're looking for new construction, Irvine and the Great Park is a great location if you have the budget for that. The good thing about Irvine is that Irvine is more centrally located in Orange County. And so if you work in Irvine or in Newport or Costa Mesa, Irvine is a great location. Now, if you are working from home and you do want like a new construction product and you're willing to pay for that, Rancho Mission Viejo is a great location because it's more southern. There's a little bit less people there. There's more nature there. So if you like more like the rolling hills, and when it gets dark at night, just everything gets a little bit more darker. There's less street lights. Things slow down a little bit. Then Rancho Mission Viejo is a good option because you're going to spend a little bit less than you would in Irvine, but you're also going to get a very nice southern Orange County suburban feel. There is condos, townhomes, and single family home communities in Rancho Mission Viejo. You're a little bit closer to the beach as far as Dana Point in San Clemente, because you're just a little bit closer to that location. You're also close to San Juan Capistrano. There's some really nice shopping, restaurants in a downtown, kind of like a historic downtown. So there's a little more character, I would say, in Rancho Mission Viejo than Irvine. Irvine is going to be what you generally know of it, right? There's more cookie cutter. Everything kind of looks the same. Everything's flat. A lot of people, a lot of Teslas. There's a lot of Teslas in Orange County to begin with, but speaking to somebody that's about to buy a Tesla, Irvine's, again, a great location because you're more centrally located. But if you want more of a historic and character, Rancho Mission Viejo is definitely a location that I would consider. Again, those two options are the most common if you're looking for a suburban location that has a lot of amenities, nice pools, clubhouses, nice parks, all of that. Those two communities are notorious for. Now, you are definitely going to pay for that. If you're considering Rancho Mission Viejo and new construction, I would also look at Coto de Caza, Rancho Santa Margarita, those two locations, because you are going to get a little bit better bang for your buck because you are buying an older property in general. Now, there's definitely places in Coto de Caza that are going to be more expensive than Rancho Mission Viejo. Rancho Mission Viejo, generally, the homes are going to be a little bit closer together. You will also see this in Rancho Santa Margarita as well. But in general, Rancho Mission Viejo is a little bit closer, but you do have a lot of open space in both of the locations. Rancho Mission Viejo, Coto, and RSM. There's just going to be a little bit more space there. If you are on the fence, don't know if right now is a good time to buy a home, I tend to tell my clients, because I work with a lot of different clients that are looking to buy their primary or buy an investment property, and working with entrepreneurs and investors. And I have this conversation 20 times a day. Should I buy a property right now? Is my money safe? Is the market about to crash? All of that kind of stuff. Now, focusing on your primary home, if you are only going to keep it 1 or 2 years, do not buy a house right now. You're uncertain about your location. You don't really want to rent the property out. If you happen to move, don't buy a property right now. Right now is definitely not a good time to buy. However, that's not a lot of people in that scenario. Most of the clients that I'm talking to, they actually could keep the property for 5, 7 years or longer. Then I would make the argument, if financially you have the resources for the down payment, closing cost, and most importantly, if you can afford the payment, if you can carry that, then I would recommend buying right now, because most likely you're going to be refinancing in the years to come, not just once, but probably a couple times. And I think most people are thinking as rates come down, asset values are going to go up because money becomes more affordable, like what happened during COVID. Rates went down, prices went surging. That wasn't the only reason why prices went up like crazy. There was a demand issue there too. But I would also think that the demand is going to go up significantly when rates go down. I have such a big pipeline of clients that are waiting for rates to go down before they sell their property and buy up. And so many people in America are in that situation. And so that being said, if you can afford the payment, you have resources for the down payment, and you can keep it for 5-7 years, then right now is definitely a good time to purchase. If you have any questions on buying property in Orange County, specifically the Great Park, Rancho Mission Viejo, or Rancho Santa Margarita, and Coto de Caza, please reach out to me. My information will be below. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.